Today I'm taking you on an immersive and captivating journey into the transformation of the mind. It's the story of Lucas, a brilliant young man who is trapped in his own thoughts. He is constantly overwhelmed by negative thoughts and doubts. Despite his apparent successes, he feels like he has no control over his inner life. His mind wanders, always restless, and every small challenge seems insurmountable to him. One day, after failing an important project at work, Lucas is consumed by discouraging thoughts. He goes home repeating over and over, "I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed." These thoughts haunt him until he is exhausted. As he lets himself be carried away by this wave of negativity, he realizes that he cannot continue like this. He knows he must change, but has no idea how. It is then that Lucas hears about a mysterious mentor, a wise man living far from civilization, who helps people regain control of their minds. Without hesitation, he decides to go in search of this mentor, hoping to find answers. After a long journey, Lucas finally arrives at a small, secluded village. There he finds the home of the sage, a man named Kairos, who lives simply, surrounded by nature. Kairos welcomes Lucas warmly and offers him shelter. The next morning, Lucas tells Kairos about the turmoil in his mind, the constant barrage of thoughts that suffocates him, and his quest to find inner peace. Kairos listens silently, then tells him, "Your mind is like a river. You are standing in the middle of the river, letting the current overwhelm you. If you want to control it, you must first step out of the water." Lucas is intrigued, but puzzled. "How do I do that?" he asks. The sage smiles and says, "First you must understand your own nature. We will begin by observing your thoughts. Every thought that comes to you in the days ahead, write it down. Observe it, but do not hold on to it. Only then will you begin to see the true nature of your mind." For several days, Lucas tries to follow Kairos's instructions. He spends long hours sitting, meditating, and writing down the thoughts that come to him. At first he feels frustrated. The thoughts come so fast that he feels powerless to control them. Doubts, fears, past memories, they all seem to rise to the surface. But each time he remembers Kairos's words, "Observe without judgment." After a week, something begins to shift. Lucas realizes that he doesn't have to follow every thought that appears. He discovers that, as Kairos had said, thoughts are like clouds passing in the sky. They come and go, and he has the power to choose not to be swept away by them. He returns to Kairos with this new understanding. The sage congratulates him, but warns that this is only the beginning. Now that you know you are not your thoughts, you must learn to transform the ones that weaken you. Kairos then begins to teach Lucas the technique of cognitive restructuring. He explains that many of his thoughts are based on limiting beliefs and that these beliefs can be changed. What you think determines how you feel, and how you feel influences what you do. If you want to change your behavior, you must first change what you believe. They spend several days examining Lucas's thoughts one by one. "I'm not good enough" becomes, "I do my best, and that's enough for me to improve." "I'm going to fail" is transformed into, "Every failure is an opportunity to learn." Lucas begins to feel a shift. The thoughts that used to paralyze him no longer seem to hold the same power over him. But despite this progress, he still feels stressed, especially when faced with unexpected situations. One morning, while Lucas is practicing meditation, Kairos suggests a new technique, visualization. If you really want to control your mind, you must also show it the way. Visualization is a powerful tool that allows you to direct your mind toward what you want to achieve. They start with a simple exercise. Kairos asks Lucas to close his eyes and imagine a moment when he successfully achieved something important. He must visualize the situation in vivid detail. What he is wearing, what he is feeling, the sounds around him, the smells, everything. Lucas chooses to remember the day he successfully delivered a difficult presentation at work. He visualizes every moment, every word, every smile. Then Kairos encourages him to project this same visualization into a future situation. Lucas, who is preparing for an important interview, decides to imagine the success of that meeting. Day after day, he repeats the exercise, reinforcing positive thoughts. One morning, as Lucas feels more at peace with his thoughts, Kairos points out that mental work cannot be complete without attention to the body. Your mind cannot thrive if your body is weakened. Taking care of your body is an essential part of mastering your mind. Lucas, who had always neglected his diet and physical well-being, begins to understand. He realizes that his poor eating habits, lack of exercise, and short nights directly affect his mental clarity and ability to control his thoughts. Kairos introduces him to a new routine. Every morning starts with simple breathing exercises and stretching. Then, they take long walks through the surrounding hills. Lucas begins to enjoy these moments of calm, where his mind is in tune with his body. He also notices that his focus improves, his thoughts are clearer, and his energy is more stable. After several months of practicing with Kairos, Lucas feels transformed. His thoughts are clearer, he has learned to restructure the negative ones, and he feels that his mind is in better shape. However, one day, exhausted after an intense week of training, he realizes that he still struggles to relax fully. Kairos teaches him the importance of rest and recovery. You can work on your mind and body tirelessly, but if you don't allow yourself time to rest, you'll never have the energy to maintain that control. Rest is the key to a calm mind. They practice progressive relaxation and other relaxation techniques, such as yoga and evening meditation. Lucas learns to create a space of inner peace where he can recharge. After several months with Kairos, Lucas feels changed. He has learned to observe his thoughts, restructure those that held him back, visualize success, and take care of his body to strengthen his mind. He finally feels ready to return to his normal life armed with these new skills. Back home, he quickly realizes that the outside world is still chaotic, but this time he is different. He has gained an inner mastery that allows him to face challenges with calm and confidence. He is no longer a slave to his thoughts, and he knows that even in difficult moments, he can find his center again. Lucas begins to apply Kairos's teachings in his daily life. He meditates every morning, takes care of his body with regular exercise, and uses visualization to prepare for life's challenges. Little by little, he becomes not only a more serene person, but also a more inspiring leader to those around him. Lucas's story is a metaphor for the inner journey each of us can embark on. Mastering the mind is not done in a single day, but is a continuous process of learning and evolution. Through observing thoughts, cognitive restructuring, visualization, and caring for the body, Lucas learned that the key to self-mastery lies in the harmony between body and mind. Thus, this journey is not a final destination, but a path to follow throughout life. Like Lucas, we must all learn to navigate the rivers of our minds, not by trying to block them, but by learning to guide them toward clearer and more peaceful horizons.